Hello, Joel, come on in. This is my studio. Welcome. That's what I say a lot of the time when I'm in Merseymaid in the studios upstairs in the centre of Liverpool. And people aren't sure if they should come in or not because often I'm sewing away or cutting or pressing, all the different things that are involved in making quilts such as this. And it's as if they're treading on sacred ground almost, which sounds, hopefully you appreciate that. People feel they're interrupting, and they're not interrupting because I love talking to people. If ever you come to my studio, you will, my normal one, not my front bedroom one at home, you'll know I love talking about my quilts and that, but also on the other side, not everybody needs to know how I construct a quilt. They just want to see beautiful colours all together and imagine how it could be in their home if it appeals to them. Or perhaps they like the quilt over there, or perhaps that one that's hanging over the railing, or the one that's folded neatly on the shelf outside my studio. But I love talking to people and inviting them in and just perhaps showing them a little bit of what I'm sewing. If they do sew and they're interested to know a little bit about patchwork, that's great. But all sorts of people we get in there. It's just a whole wealth of people that I get to talk to and meet every day. But today, for this postable pop-up that's been run by Curated Makers, I'm trying to keep it as real as I can for myself because I'm not an IT person. I've done a very basic shop, which a lot of it's happened over the last week since I've known about this. But it's very basic shop. Just we're trying to show people what I do and what I love. A lot of what I do and love and passionate about are getting other people to sew and sew together. That's the big power, and try to avoid isolation of any kind, which is rather topical right now. But we can't escape it at the minute. We're not allowed. So for our own health. But I need to make this internet side of doing a business now work for me in a way that makes sense to me. And filming things like this about me talking about my work for you to have a look at hopefully helps you engage more in it and makes it feel more real for you as well. That you feel that you're actually, you've just come through the door and you've walked through and you've had a look around and you said hello to me and, we've perhaps started chatting, or you just want to keep quiet and just amble around. That's fine. I want to keep it that real, so it's an experience for you as well while you're online shopping, because otherwise it can just feel like, oh, there's a nice photo, I'll click that photo, I'll have that. And you get straight to the basket, the checkout, put in your card details, or perhaps you've got Google to automatically save them, and off they go. And in 2 seconds flat, you've bought something that's probably taken 30 hours, if not more, to make. So this way, I'm trying to make the internet become more of an experience for you, and more enjoyable, more memorable. And so you'll enjoy it more. It won't be as quick. No, it's not going to be wham, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Like that photo, I'll have that. Off we go. Never mind what the product actually is, who made it, where it was made, how it'll get to you, what was involved in its creation, all the little details. Just a simple little photo can sometimes be your tempter to buy, but I'm not very good at that because I'm not very good at the website side things. So this is how I'm going to do it. I might even try and get it on the website, or on my, well, not on the shop maybe, but maybe on my blog and on my website, www.stitchgape.uk. Yeah, you can pop on there and you'll see how basic it is, but it's me. Somebody really made my day the other day and said that when they read my words, they could hear me. And that's fantastic. That means I'm getting me across. That's all I have that's unique. It's me. Although, after saying that, if you see another quilt exactly like this, with exactly this quilting, with exactly this facing, then, it can happen. But it is pretty unique because I like to add my own little creative side. I've called this one Rainbow Gems. It was a really fun pattern to make. Looks really complicated. You can't see it all on the screen there as such, but I've got plenty of photos and that on the website anyway. But the details you may not have focused in on, and I'm not sure they're going to show that well on the screen, is take a look at the close-up photos of the quilting that I've done throughout of it. What quilting does is it holds the 3 layers of your quilt together. You've got the top, which you often create with patchwork. Then in the middle is the light, soft, spongy wadding, or batting they call it in America. And then on the back, you've got, it is quite a deep yellow. I don't think it's coming across deep yellow because of light. But there's all quilting on there as well, because obviously I quilt through all 3 layers. So you can see it on the front and on the back. And then this is called facing. And I had a little play with some multicoloured thread and did some wavy lines to sew the facing down rather than a more traditional method of straight stitching it on. And on this one, I've got one of my little printed out labels on it, made by Diane at Stitchscape 2020, because that's me. So that's that one on there. I've still got my own in the studio, so I'm having to make it my own. Or you might buy something for me and find it hasn't got a label on at all. But do you know what? You don't buy it for the label, do you? You buy it for what it is. And what it is a quilt. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see sometimes the hashtag I use is nothing says hug like a quilt, because that's what they are. Call it a blanket, although that's more a whole cloth thing. A quilt is usually something where you've got lots of pieces of fabric, you cut them up and you sew them back together again, and then you make beautiful patterns such as this one for people to snuggle up on the sofa. This one is, I think it's about 55 inches square, something like that. I'm not very good at that measuring bit, but it's great size for on the sofa, just snuggle under, or perhaps out in the garden. You know, if you've got the little fire going or a barbie going, you're getting a bit chilly of an evening, you pop a quilt like this around you and it just makes it all cozy again with the marshmallows. Ooh, even better. Yeah, so that's my first little video explaining about this particular quilt, which is I'm selling for £100. And if you don't want to go to the website, or you find the website not that easy to use, just message me. It's here in my room. All I've got to do is fold it up, put it in a Royal Mail envelope, put your address and that on, and off we go. Because I'll just send you a payment link and you can pay that, and then I can get it posted off, and it can be with you by Tuesday or Wednesday, dependent, because obviously the Royal Mail are under quite a bit of pressure at the moment. But it will get posted to you if you wanted it now. But you don't have to do anything fancy like the checkout or the website. You just say, "Hey Diane, can I have that please?" And yeah, it's just like coming up to me and going to the till, and I put the details into the till, and then off you go. I said, give it to you, but I can't do that at the moment. I have to post it to you, and that's how it's all going to work. Keep it straightforward. Keep it simple. It's just me, a quilt, and you. And that's how this little team works. Okay. I went on a lot. I can talk. Okay. See you later. Bye.